5 heroes out of nowhere. Puck with the coil, and then you have relocate with the Medusa, Spirit Breaker charge, Dawnbreaker ulti. Suddenly there's 5 heroes on top of you. But looking at what the Radiant got, the DGG, they have, you know, standard lineup, very good lineup, meta heroes, a lot of synergy between their heroes, because they have, whenever you have Doom, you need to have a good catch, and they do have that. Just with the traps, they pick Pango into Puck, which is usually the other way around, but it feels like they think we have enough with the leech mechanic from the Grimstroke. Like eventually, like he might even get a BKB to be able to protect himself, because mid Pangos, they don't go for like Yule Scepters anymore. They tend to get Diffusal Blade, and then most of the time just the BKB to be... But again, BKB against the Spirit Breaker, against Medusa doesn't sound that great, but we'll have to see.
We'll see. Well, we had some recently some Pango, I think the other day, right, go for like the Diffusal Basher, right, the full aggressive, full damage from the mid lane. So we'll see that's going to be an option here for DGG this game. And sort of overall, do you like the way they closed up the draft, going for the TA carry this game for Pleb?
I was expecting something different. Fog mentioned Drow Ranger. I think it would be a really good Drow Ranger game, because she can outcarry Medusa. They don't have many gap closing heroes. Like one Gus can stop the charge. I was also thinking about the Phantom Lancer, because it would be really, really good. Like they have no stuns. He can dodge easily the coil, dodge the charge, and just a matchup against Medusa works really well. But they decided to go with the Templar Assassin, which is going to give them a little bit more like tower pressure, early pressure, which they need, because like their heroes don't do that. Pango's not the hero that does that. Neither is, like, Enigma is the only one pretty much, but with this Deso and Templar Assassin, it does unlock Roshan and also the early towers.
Yeah, what do you sort of make of it then, that, you know, the hero that we don't get to see really ever, nobody else is touching upon it. You know, Dawnbreaker, this game, of course, being played by Mary in the support position. As a 5, do you feel that the Dawn's going to be able to do enough to secure this safe lane for the Medusa, or is it going to be hard?
She might. Like, I haven't seen Dawnbreaker in action for a very long time. This hero was untouched during the major, but she might be able to like deal well with the Eidolons early on. Medusa with the snake, and then Dawnbreaker getting on top of someone. Like, even once they get level 2, there might be a kill threat with this lane. Usually Medusa lanes are not a killer lane, but when you're paired up with the Dawnbreaker, this might be it.
I see bottom lane already. Doing a good job of getting the harassment onto Z's. Oh, has to be careful with these side blades. Ooh, I nearly had him there. Not quite able to get the angle with that final stroke.
1-1-M. ZYZZ, huh? Very easy to pronounce.
Is that what we're going with? ZYZZ. I like it. I like a bit of a challenge. Here we go. See if they can do something with the ink swell. Unlikely.
What a combo. Definitely not what you expect. Grimstroke and Templar Assassin going in, with the Templar Assassin having only 1 point in side blades. Not even a single point. She's deciding whether she needs a meld or if they need more refraction. It's a really good Templar Assassin game, because Panel touched upon it. There's not many things that can burn through refraction other than Celestial Hammer.
Looks like out of the top lane so far, not too much struggle at all for the Deucer to get the farm. Mid lane matchup, 13 for 3 against the 10 for 0. Bit of an edge for MTD so far. And yeah, bottom, as we saw already, hard for DGG to really get a kill out of this lane. Spirit Breaker being constantly topped up by the Io. Just going to have to settle for trying to find the farm in that safe lane.
I love the items on the Spirit Breaker. He went for Ring of Protection and the Raid Band. Understands where the threat is going to come from. So full physical damage, charge on Lodin.
He's got the ink as well. We'll keep him covered for now, but some good body blocks here from ZYZZ.
You've done it.
Rolls off the tongue. Well, they're fine. It feels like, yeah, bottom lane. Don't think we're going to see any kills come out of this, unless Lodin gets out of position. It's definitely going to be the most vulnerable out of the two of them. Top lane, meanwhile, a bit of a chase down onto Mary. And they're okay. Palantimos continuing to have quite the fine time up here. Out of all the 3 lanes right now, it's just owned me that's struggling to keep up with the CS of the other cores in the game. Still able to, of course, deny a fair bit.
Focusing on denies, that's what Enigma does. Does have Earn. We've seen that quite a few times recently on Enigma. Just have this like small items. Especially if you can get an early kill, like the value you get from the item is pretty insane. They know exactly where MNT is.
Team stepping up here, looking for some bashes. Actually doing a good job of getting the damage in on a Pleb. They'll turn their attention back over towards Lodi, the two of them. Again, trading back quite nicely now that they've hit the 3 on both of them. Yeah, double Wraith Band for BNC. How much armor does that mean? How much?
13 armor.
Yeah, 13 armor.
Yeah, he doesn't have to care about the Templar Assassin at all. Eidolons, like even Pango later on with the Swashbuckle, even the Lucky Shot.
Oh, top Merrick is going to be in trouble here. Did try and use the hammer aggressively to clear out some of the Eidolons, meant that they had no opportunity for escape. First blood on the top lane here for OwnsMe. Very much needed, as I say, out of the cores. He was the one not getting the most last hits, so that first blood pretty much even things out.
One thing I noticed is Doom went into enemy triangle near the, not triangle, near the outpost and stacked one of the camps for the enemy team.
All right, well, I guess we're sort of setting up for himself to look for a good creep.
Yes, but didn't get it. No. Like let's see if he decides to go in, and now he's gonna deward the big camp. A lot of region on him, having Tranquil Boots and also 2 healing salves, so Enigma, also Urn of Shadow, so the trade game is not going to be as good.
I'm going to try and make a go for Palantimos. Very, very good damage. Mary is able to come in and try and hold them back, but still, Palantimos brought down very low. They do have a salve ready from Mary.
Yeah, but Medusa is completely out of mana, and once the Scorched Earth is back up again, they can try to play aggressively. Mid lane, Pango.
Has been leashed. TPs are coming in.
He's fine. He has launch charges.
He might want to go back in on this. And he's going to try and close the gap with the shield crash, but not quite enough distance covered to get the stun with the
healing style, clarity, rune spawning in 5 seconds. If MTD gets it, then he can be the one playing aggressively. Maybe Stoikov. Next time.
He's going to jump up. MTD's going to look to try and chase this. Stoikov able to grab the power rune. Angle there just for the one connection of the Rolling Thunder, so MTD's got to back off. Stoikov is going to be happy there, getting the ball refilled. Mary's also come over from the top lane. They'll take down Lodi.
A lot of commitment from 11Monkeyz. Like, they brought 3 heroes, but they did snatch that rune, and now they can start to put some pressure on the tower. Pango doesn't have mana, but manages to drag the creep wave.
Yeah, MTD's low. Stepping up. A little bit riskily. Great connection there from Mary. Lines up the hammer. I'll take down another from this movement. 11Monkeyz getting a couple of kills out of this heavy focus around mid. That's been down bottom as well, Pleb. That's been left to his own devices, but still, he's doing fine with it. Continues to be very even on the farm across all fronts. I mean, 200 gold between the top and the bottom core right now, 7 minutes in. Nobody losing out too much on these lane setups. Bottom. Pleb, able to get the refraction off in time, but one more would do it. Isn't quite able to find it initially in Pleb. He's got the speed to step back. He'll live this time.
He's gonna TP back to base. I mean, once you use that charge immediately, you know that the 3rd one is not gonna come in anytime soon. Puck has a coil available. Let's see if he decides to TP to the side lanes or just gonna come to mid and continue farming up.
Yeah, full armor. He's picked up the chainmail as well, BNC. So 17 armor. He's gonna go back for the soul ring next. Make sure that he's always got himself mana to play with for the charges. Oh, over in the river. 8-minute power rune. Who's gonna get it? This time it's gonna go into the hands of MTD. Leash. Coming in time, has got the invis. He's actually going to try and fight back a bit with a shield crash. After this comes to an end, he can look to roll up. And here we go. He's going to try and head straight towards Mary. Catches them around the entrance to the pit. A quick kill for MTD. He won't be able to get more, though. Stoikov with a phase shift dodge will be fine. Even considering chasing him down there with the orb, but won't go for it.
Nah, he got the solo XP from it. He survived. That's what matters, because Puck already used his abilities. 1 point in Vanning Rift, not enough. Like, their damage output, if from both supports is just not that high at the moment, but I think this benefits DGG quite more, because right now Enigma is farming, also Templar Assassin is farming as well, and Pango is on the top of the network, which is kind of surprising.
Bottom lane. BNC still taking heavy damage from the side blades, of course. Pleb lining them up nicely. And with that level 6, always the chance for Pleb to try and dive in, but BNC, he's going to look for the reset, head back to base, heal up, and look for opportunities to charge out.
Amazing what you'll find.
Definitely getting to the point now where we could see some movements from the puck. How little DreamLeague back up.
I think they want to do something about the top lane, because Eidolons are level 4 right now, so that means there's going to be a lot of pressure on the tower. Maybe next time even pulling the wave.
Now they're going to try for the charge in mid. I've got the coil. Got the nether strike as well, so maybe a chance to burst through this Pango. They won't commit though. MTD plays it safe, backs up under the tower. They won't be able to set up with that charge. They'll still hover around the mid, but indeed it does mean this top lane's left completely open for Only to take this tower.
That's why I thought they're going to play the top lane, because tower is going to fall Mary. Let's see if he can get the deny.
A little slow on it. Only's able to finish it off for the Eidolons.
Can't do it if you don't even try.
Back in the river. See the jump from MTD and MNC. ZYZZ taken out. Couple of good objectives here from DGG. Kill around the mid, tower taken up top. Starting to build a bit of a lead. Palantimos getting knocked back there by the bird, but we'll be fine. MNT, of course, not quite 6. Very close to having the Doom online. Needs a couple of creeps to get that final bit of XP.
DGG already placed an observer ward, which was in the enemy triangle for a very long time, and there's also a sentry ward, so there are no stacks being made for Medusa, and she does need to recover a little bit.
Top lane Mary should be in trouble here. MNT has got Doom if he wants to use it. He probably won't need to. Malefice alone will be enough control to take down the Dawnbreaker as Chillax. So DGG, they are starting to make these moves. Blink Dagger's done on Owned Me. They've got that Black Hole, they've got that Doom still online, so some big ultimates to play around.
They need to play bottom lane, because right now there is a catapult. Spirit Breaker is pretty big, very hard to kill. So let's see if 11Monkeyz decide to even defend this one. By 11Monkeyz, I mean DGG. It's a lot of these different things written on the screen, so it gets into your head.
Yeah, new names here, new squads. 11Monkeyz there, they'll get this tower. It doesn't look like we'll see DGG try and take any fights around this one. They did smoke up with the two of them, the Enigma and the Doom, now that they have their ults and the Blink on Owned Me.
This is big. Pango does have Diffusal Blade coming up to him.
See what they can get around the mid. MNT is going to look to start things off. Holt's back on dropping the Doom. ZYZZ already got the tether off across towards Stoikov. They still want to look to see if they can get back in. Actually, it looks like Owned Me, he's left this situation. He doesn't want to look to try and fight around the mid with the rest of the team. He's happy on just getting back to keeping control of this top lane. Continue to get the farm in. I mean, he knows with the awareness of 11Monkeyz that DGG were trying to make something happen mid, that it's hard for them to get the jump by surprise that they'd hoped for.
We still need to see the global, like the full potential of 11Monkeyz lineup, where they just outnumber people with their global presence, charge, relocate in, Dawnbreaker ulti.
Bottom lane. They are going to commit in for the kill on MNT. Oh, it's a nice little black hole onto the two of them. I see the ult come through though, and that's going to be enough to put it to a stop. Quickly turn things though, loading, tries with the setup here. He's been able to take out Mary, turns over to Stoikov. Again with the Diffusal Blade slow. Swashbuckle will miss. Has to jump in back deep towards the tower. Actually ends up getting the kill on Owned Me because of that. Of course, won't be able to make it out himself. So ends up 2 for 2 on the trades down there. Is the black hole at least used, so something that 11Monkeyz won't have to worry about when they're back in the game.
It was a really good black hole, but on top of that, Dawnbreaker using the Solar Guardian, and you can see the healing coming in already. Enigma realized, well, I gotta stop at one point, but I still feel it's a good trade for DGG, because they got the kill on Puck, they want to slow him down, and Pangolier, he's not dying. So far, he's been very active early on top of the net worth. at the moment. And yeah, Puck without a Blink Dagger, 1 point in phase shift, he's not getting out.
Now, quite a few things that can catch Stoikov out this game. Not too easy for him to jump around as freely as he'd hoped for. Good solid space though for Palantimos, of course, keeping his head out of danger. See what they can do bottom. See if BNC could do this on his own. He's going to have to get quite a few bashes. Actually, the bug coming out straight away puts him off from trying to commit for loading.
Templar Assassin continues to farm up, stacks the triangle for himself, and yeah, the Deso is going to be done in the next minute and a half, 2 minutes, which means that Enigma will have a black hole again, and then DGG can go and seek for a fight, go for a pick-off, and like they can even force a Roche fight, because like how their heroes function is like there are still a couple of counters to the black hole, especially pre-BKB, but I feel like they can lure them into a fight where Pango really shines, and so does Enigma. Oh, Arcane Rune on Pango, that's a big one.
Oh, it's going to be a fun next team fight for MTD, level 2 as well on the Rolling Thunder. Definitely going to be interested in taking a fight here, DGG. I'll try and poke towards Mary in the mid, but already actually going to have some focus from 11Monkeyz towards the top. Pleb tries to TP out, but the Dream Core's there to put a stop to it. Mary coming over with the Solar Guardian, making sure they've got that extra bit of punch.
Oh, refraction!
They'll buy him a little bit of time, but indeed not enough to save him. Pleb taken out. See if DGG can get anything in return. They're going to commit the Doom, drop it down on BNC. Fair enough here as they want to take out the offlaner.
Oh,
it's a lovely little save. Relocate will get BNC out of danger. Mary left behind. Swashbuckle will miss, but it doesn't matter. Mary taken down. Now with the Inkswell, can they try and chase for the puck? They won't. They'll stick around, in fact, because BNC, they took it back in. They want to try and keep this fight going, 11Monkeyz. Charge over towards loading. BNC staying on top of the Grimstroke. MTD will jump back in to finish off Stepwise ZZ. He's got the Nether Strike, BNC, but he's got to try and get his way out of this. Diffusal Blade slow from MTD, sets up for the Inkswell stun to connect. He'll stay on target. BNC's got the charge back up. It's only a short-range charge here. It only goes across towards the close-by creep wave. MTD has no struggle chasing. Triple kill for him.
That's the power of the Arcane Rune. That's why I said it's really big, because you burn mana so quickly, you're almost unkillable. If you land two-man shield crash, they're not going to focus you down, and there are better heroes to focus in a fight anyway. And now he has a full Blink Dagger on top of the Diffusal, Corrosion, 15 minutes. It also lowers the cooldown on your Diffusal Blade, so he used it multiple times in that fight as well, just to be able to slow them down and use his abilities.
There's a risky call there from 11Monkeyz for ZYZZ to take BNC back into the fight. Ends up getting the two of them killed.
Was never in question.
And that was, of course, a fight where Black Hole didn't even play a part. Only still has that ready for the next move. Of course, Palantimos still quietly farming away.
He's like, guys, hodl for a long time. I'm 0-0-0 right now, but I need to farm up.
And he's
next
doing
5
a good
minutes,
job of it.
Get that Scotty and join the fights.
Manta already done, level 13. Palantimos enjoying life around this triangle area. All the attention and fighting has been far away from him. Back in the mid. See Onmi able to take down the tower here, and now look for the setup on Stoikov. Another Solar Guardian coming in. Swashbuckle again off the mark. Not enough damage because of that miss to take down Stoikov, and now with the Dream Coil, this Pango's in trouble. MTD, he'll go down.
This should have been a kill. Like, this is the third Swashbuckle that he missed. Like, even the top ones, it wasn't the perfect execution, but that Arcane Rune helped him quite a lot, and I think he dies no matter what here, but at least it would be a trade kill. Overextending a little bit, and now 11Monkeyz are going to go for the tower. At least try to do it. I mean, they still need to respect the black hole.
That's true. Onmi does still have it ready. Watching from the side.
A lot of gold from Eidolons. If we can check how much gold Enigma fed with Eidolons, that'd be great.
I was going to say there's been quite a few of them dying this game. Okay, no, they're only 5.
so
not that many.
These 5. Medusa just got 3. Interesting. Very nice micro. No feed at all.
I guess he's been good with the denies on me, yeah. In the pit. Well, DGG, they're going to look for this Roche. And with the Deso on Pleb, and the help of the Pangos disarm, they should be able to get this pretty quickly. And it looks like something that's going to go completely past 11Monkeyz. I don't think they quite expected DGG to be able to sneak out and get this as quickly and silently as they have. A very nice pickup.
It's a lot of minus armor.
Yeah.
You have Corrosion, you have Pango's passive, and also Deso plus Meld. Roshan melts pretty much, and they should stick for a fight. Like, they have a Doom. They do have a Enigma. Oh my god, Enigma is actually holding a Philosopher's Stone on top of that, so he's going to be super farmed this game.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. He's keeping up with all the cores. At the moment, it's BNC that's fallen behind as the offlane Spirit Breaker. And he has to be a little cautious on this top lane. We'll try and clear out the wave. He's got the Shadow Blade, so can play a little more hidden here in the shadows. The push will come through from DGG. So 11Monkeyz might have to turn up for a defense if they want to keep hold of this tier 2. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be against an Aegis TA.
I don't think they defend this tower. They should get something out of the map, maybe some chip damage on the bottom.
See BNC. It's going to try and jump in.
Rainbow TPs.
There we go. And coming in now to back up the Spirit Breaker, make sure they're safe. A quick Stone Gaze from Palantimos to just straight away cause DGG to really consider if they want to stay around, and they'll back off a little bit. 11Monkeyz, they turn up in their numbers, and they will slow down the push for now. BKB done on Owned Me.
Still, they haven't used their big abilities. Like, they have Black Hole, they have Doom. Even without the Rolling Thunder, they can still take the fight.
Blink Dagger ready to go on Pleb as well. Just keeping his timing solid and keeping the farm level with Palantimos' Medusa. Very close game on the numbers so far. 9 for 8, less than 1k, 20 minutes in. I still want to try to finish this tier 2 top. Yeah, TP'd in earlier. See if 11Monkeyz are going to have the same ability to turn up. It was a good courier snipe from Stoikov, as we saw Blink Dagger and Grove Bow put to the sidelines for Pleb.
Spirit Breaker alone is defending it now. I don't think this should be the case. They should just heavily commit. Someone should have a Dusk. Grimstroke does have two sentries on top of that. So this should fall, and if they want to rotate, like, I guess they're just afraid because they're not showing many heroes. You can see Medusa plus Io playing in the shadows. They're not seen, but there's no relocate.
Oh, look at this. I mean, DGG, they might try and poke at the high ground here with the 2 minutes of Aegis they've got left on Pleb. See how much they want to try and push it. They've got the whole team up here. Looks like, well, they'll back off. They don't want to try and force it too much. In fact, they're going to try and see if they can get a kill out of the bottom lane. Nice setup here with the Inkswell on MNT before he TP's over, gets in with a jump.
He knew. This is a position 5. If you're wondering, like, why did he do that? Why did he not go back? Because they just showed 3 heroes bottom, and now they feel much safer. They also have this global presence, so they can outnumber DGG much easier. It's not like he didn't, oh, I'm hitting a tier 2 tower. What could possibly go wrong? It's a position 5.
DGG, now that they're backed off from the top lane, I'll look to try and take some of the other tier 2s out, working on the mid. But still, 11Monkeyz absolutely in a position where they should be able to turn up and defend any further tier 2s that get contested by DGG. DGG still a little bit of time left on the Aegis from Pleb. Palantimos, those items coming in, and there's that big one. Skadi now done. Still hitting the timings here as the Medusa.
I think 11Monkeyz are going to feel very comfortable taking a fight once the Aegis expired, because Medusa does have this Skadi against the Templar Assassin. It's such a good item, and also against the Pango, value from Medusa's ulti is also gonna be like at every single stage of the game. You're playing against Medusa, you're playing against the Doom, so you can reset the fight. Even against the Pango ulti later on, if we're talking about Medusa being 5-6 slotted, she can kill Pango. Just right click ulti and right click and he dies.
In terms of tier 2s, it's actually going to be 11Monkeyz getting away with taking this one down bottom. DGG not looking to set up to hold that. So if they want to try and catch them off the back of the retreat, they are smoked up. As you're going to see MNT show himself on the bottom lane, they just go straight in for the kill on the Doom and they'll get it. That's going to be him taken out. They'll lose Mary in return. Oh, BKB, he's ready to go. Owned Me just gets in, drops the black hole in.
Oh, Medusa runs in.
Coming in there, healing him up. Charge over as well, and not going to get any kills straight away off the back of that black hole. The follow-up damage wasn't immediately there. MTD's going to attempt to roll in, but at the same time, they're getting split up here. DGG buyback comes in from MNT, and with that buyback, he is able to get over, drop the Doom down onto Palantimos. MTD in with the damage, throws Pleb. As DGG off the back of the buyback from MNT, this team fight, it's theirs. They're going to get the cleanup. BNC trying to run, but their last hit flies through from Pleb to take him out.
Good buyback from Doom there to be able to just drop it on Medusa. Like, all they need to do is survive through this Solar Guardian and Medusa ulti, coil, and then reset, because their team fight after that is like almost non-existent. We can see the ulti coming in.
Look at this heal.
It's insane. Io popped the mech and came in.
There's some excellent sustain there to counter that big commitment from Owned Me. Going in with the BKB and the Black Hole. Not quite getting that quick kill off the back of it. And indeed, excellent read from MNT. Immediate buyback, gets himself right in the front of the fight, and just gets that setup. You know, still 4 heroes alive from 11Monkeyz, but him being able to get in with the Doom, drop down with the Medusa, giving that safety for Pleb, and MTD to get in with the damage. Makes it a very, very tough fight for 11Monkeyz to walk away for. Only the puck, only Stoikov getting out alive.
And what's on menu for DGG is, like, they need to go for second Rosh. Roshan might respawn in a minute and a half, and this is when you try to go for the high ground, like, try to win the game off the second Roshan. Once again, like, all the abilities are going to be up, and it's very easy for them to fight inside the pit. That's why they, like, we can call it a sneak, but if 11Monkeyz decided to take the fight inside the pit, DGG will gladly take those fights.
11Monkeyz definitely going to be a bit more careful about how they go out the next move. Lincoln Sphere next on the menu for Pleb. They're going to try and go for it. Yeah, they're going to commit with the globals. See if they can take down Pleb whilst he's on his own. See, Pleb just turns and actually kills Mary. He's going to get one of the kills. In fact, they're having to back away from this one.
Gotta run. I mean, Grimstroke showed up with the shard and another refraction. This is an
awkward spot for Palantimos to be in. The team's sort of split up. I mean, can Palantimos survive through this one? He's getting focused down by Pleb. He's able to get the Stone Gaze off in time. And now he's looking to turn. They get the Dream Core control off onto Pleb. It's going to work out. They're able to turn and take down the TA.
I think they needed Enigma. Enigma was split pushing the top lane. Like, there's some damage being dealt on the tier 3 tower, but I feel like they needed the Midnight Pulse, and also if they don't keep track on this black hole.
Or MNT. Oh, he's not going to quite be able to get ZYZZ. In fact, ZYZZ, he's going to be able to turn and take him down in turn.
Value. I think he could have turned and ate the creep.
Ends up being, a very good fight for 11Monkeyz. It looked to be a bit of an awkward start, committing in and suddenly realizing, hang on, Pleb, maybe we bit off a bit more than we could chew there, as he turns and takes down Mary, and then Palantimos being where he was, but it all works out at the end of the day. The team's able to turn up.
I think Pleb expected the rest of the team to connect with him because he played so aggressive. It looked like a little bit of a miscommunication there, what needs to be done, because they already took down one hero immediately. So they wanted to take the fight, but they got outnumbered in the end.
I'm going to see Palantimos as well. Get the BKB next after the Crystallis. Make sure that he can commit into these fights with not too much concern. Particularly, of course, always having multiple dispels to make sure that that disarm from the Pango doesn't catch him.
It's about mana burn and mostly this harm that you mentioned. It's just very annoying for Medusa to play into it. Yeah, she does have Manta style, but Swashbuckle is such a low cooldown and Pango can easily connect on top of you. I love the Crystallis on Medusa because it gives you, like, you don't have to commit. It's a cheap item, but sometimes you need a little bit of extra damage, and feels really good on Medusa.
There we go, BNC. He's got his axe done over the Shadow Blade. We'll see DGG start to go for the Roshan. Took it down, of course, very quickly last time, and it's going to be a similar state this time round still, with the damage that Pleb's kicking out. Let's see if they're going to have anything to say about it. Over to the side, the Silence has caught us in trouble, but the Solar Guardian heal is there. It's going to be out of bite, but Owned in with the jump. 2-man, but 3-man Black Hole, in fact, finally gets put to an end by the Stone Gaze, and that will get the opportunity for Stoikov to again survive. He's able to get out to the side. MTD's been dream cold, as Stoikov's able to turn around, slam down the ult. 11Monkeyz, they get the 2 kills, and they both go into the hands of Palantimos.
It looked really, really good. Like this 2-man into like 3-man black hole when he came out of the phase shift. Still couldn't do it because the healing coming out from the Solar Guardian and also Io with the mech is a bit too much. Like Medusa, like they can't just focus Medusa down. They need to play around it. They need to be able to reset. Also, Doom was not available. Doom was on cooldown for 5 to 10 seconds.
Really, really nice counter to play here that we're seeing from 11Monkeyz, exactly why they drafted as they did. Dawnbreaker, IO combo, making sure that, yeah, these black holes, which as you say, they're being strong. It's just not enough. They can live through it, and Palantimos, he's been surviving very nicely through the last few engagements the DGG's tried to bring. Actually gonna have a buyback from MTD. They really don't want to let 11Monkeyz get this Roshan. Jump forward, they commit heavily onto BNC, but the save's gonna be there with the tether. They're keeping BNC protected for now. The Doom got laid down onto Palantimos, but he got the BKB off in time. So there's very little follow-up damage that they can use to focus on towards the Medusa immediately. They do get the kill on BNC, but Palantimos, he's more than fine. And 11Monkeyz, they want to try and chase and keep this fight going. Dream Coil again laid down onto MTD, is able to roll up, turns back in with an excellent 3-man swashbuckle and shield crash. They've taken out BNC and Mary, triple kill for MTD. This is the fight that DGG were looking for, and they're not done. MTD gets back in with a swashbuckle onto Palantimos. Palantimos out of mana, finally able to get the stun gaze off. They're trying to save him. Snapboy says they're coming in, but he can't take Palantimos out in time. The silence catches him, he's still out himself, but of course he'll be taking a trip back to the same area, and DGG will be waiting for him. Again, an excellent buyback from DGG, this time from MTD, coming in as the Pango and making sure they can take a fantastic team fight.
Excellent buyback, understanding, and also the good usage of the roll-up into 3-man swashbuckle. Like, even without the one ulti being on cooldown, they can still take the fight. They don't want to commit. Like, they don't want to kill the Roshan.
They're gonna try and go for the high ground push here.
Medusa doesn't have a buyback, so no buyback on Io either. Like they might be having a really good read because Medusa just bought a full BKB.
Well, BNC is going to get jumped here. MTD's ready to dive in with the Thunder. Rolling in. MNT will have to put the BKB in back off.
It's time to get out. Like, try to go inside the pit. 25 seconds, 40 seconds for Io.
No, they got the Aegis.
Oh, they got it?
Yeah, they actually picked it up amidst that fight. Pleb's got it. He's ready to push.
Never mind.
That was a bit of a sneaky one. I think it was right in the middle of the action. Pleb got in to finish it off.
Yeah, because he's holding it for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Never mind. I'm just being blind. Yeah, because Roshan was very low.
It was, yeah.
Apologies.
Hey, we might be able to get a replay of it.
JJ, get me the replay so I don't look stupid.
And we've got, yeah, Shard. Shard ended up going the way of Owned Me. And they get the tier 3, they'll back off. We're more than happy to wait out for the next push. They've still got many minutes to play with that Aegis. Level 23 now in Pleb. And getting those Deso damage stacks up very, very nicely. There we go. So this is where it happened. We were watching, of course, all the action when it was when MTD brought back and was popping off.
He was doing it alone.
Yeah.
We're watching the triple kill for Pangolier. Templar Assassin, she also got the shard. Doom is the only hero that doesn't have a shard at the moment. They already bought it.
Everyone else has.
Everyone else bought it.
All right. And now Pleb, I mean, they can definitely keep this push going. They might even have to consider buying back on Stoikov. 50 seconds without him. DGG, they push hard. See what they can do here on the defensive 11Monkeyz. It's very likely this top Brax. It's going to be hard to hold on. Palantimos trying to do his best. I mean, MTD's considering going in. Buff him up with the Ink Swell, but he won't quite look to jump. Charge over from BNC. He's going to be heading the way of Pleb. Trying to slow down the damage output of the TA onto the barracks.
Kill the Wraith back. Get that easy 20 gold.
Now stalling them a little bit. Making sure that time's going to be there for Stoikov to get back in the game without the buyback necessary. They only lose the range racks. Got the full 5-man back in. Aghadim's done for MTD, so many more bashes and and Diffusal Mana Burn procs to be thrown out through the Thunders and the shield crashes. BNC is going to try and clear out the wave in the mid. They're going to have their eyes on him, and he's going to get knocked up to the high ground. May give him a chance to charge out. No, never mind. MTD jumps up with a shield crash. BNC is gone.
He knew exactly what he wants to do, to get the bounce back, pushed on the high ground, and he immediately knew. Turns 180 and jumps on the hill, and now they're chasing.
Yeah, MNT closing the gap on Mary. Nowhere for them to run. 2 dead. DGG cleaning them up one by one, setting things up to get all the space they need to push in once more and make the most with this last 30 seconds of Aegis that Pleb's holding on to.
He's full. 20 extra damage on Deso. Has that enchanted quiver for extra range. Also with the Hurricane Pike. There's the silence from the trap.
Starting to poke at Palantimos, see if they can get some sort of reaction out. Maybe a BKB or a Stone Gaze. He's holding on to the 2 of them. He'll head back. Has to refuel with the mana burn as low as it was. That means the space is here for DGG to take that mid-rax. No struggle whatsoever.
Pango's massive. Like, he went for a different talent on level 15. Usually players do take extra Rolling Thunder duration, but he went for the Shield Crash CD while in Rolling Thunder, and now he has Axe. Like, there's a big... Like, there's a lot of time until you farm that Aghanim Scepter, so this talent is kind of meh, but once you get the Axe, then it's really, really good.
And next for DGG, it'll just be a move to the bottom, get that creep wave push around for the tier 2. We'll have a smoke up from 11Monkeyz. With the Aegis gone out of the hands of Pleb, this is the time to strike, but it's not going to be simple. DGG, they have their ults themselves ready to take a team fight back. They've got to get a solid jump here, 11Monkeyz, to start off the action. Looks like they don't think that they'll be able to find it. They have to head back and deal with the pressure of the mid-wave. Not quite able to get out of their base to look to take a fight against DGG for now. Their best move might just be to wait for the next push from DGG.
Pango just hit level 25, so minus 25 seconds on Rolling Thunder.
I got Refresher on Owned Me, Daedalus done on Pleb. Really big items coming out up top. Oh, very, very quick there with the Doom. MNT, he'll find the setter. We are going to see a bit of an attempt to save him. Palantimos will be brought over. They're looking to keep their Spirit Breaker alive, and they'll be able to do exactly that. Or maybe they'll have to deny him. No, okay, no deny, he's dead. As Palantimos will get taken out by ZZ.
It's a position 4, but he got, what, 800 gold from it? Did Medusa got the kill? She did. 500 gold for Medusa. We might be in Divine Rapier territory.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
I think it's time to queue it up. Buy that Demon Edge. I don't think buyback is going to do much here. It's all about Medusa dealing the damage right now.
Oh, Ownby, he's ready to go. He pops the BKB, jumps in, but the Stone Gaze reaction was there immediately from Palantimos, and now they're just going to look to clean up. 11Monkeyz, they've taken down the 3 of them. MTD and Loading, they've got to run, but Loading, he's not able to get out in time, and neither's MTD. It's going to be a full team wipe.
Yeah, I don't think they should have go for that fight. So, like, there's a chance that Spirit Breaker has buyback. You're fighting near the base.
That was a rough one. A bit of a pause. We see as well. I think it was quite a telegraphed initiation from Owned Me, right? The BKB.
Yeah, you can hear the BKB. Right. He saw it.
Look,
that
little bit of a pause gave time for the Stone Gaze to easily be cast by Palantimos.
Yeah, he's like, gotta breathe it in, and yeah, he gave enough time for Medusa. Medusa's out of mana completely, but the rest of the team is gonna go in and clean it up. Like
I mean, what do you think the reason was for the hesitation?
Oh, I thought you wanted to say what's the reason for the pause?
Oh, we just found, toilet. I mean,
like right after they got a team wipe, they got to use the toilet.
Yeah.
So what's the question again?
Yeah,
you wanted to ask a real question.
Yeah, no, the hesitation there from Owned Me, right?
Didn't shift Q, I think.
Yeah, maybe he sort of just wanted to sort of read the situation after he got in deep as he was to maybe get the positioning in a way that you could catch multiple heroes. But yeah, it did mean easy stone gaze for Palantimos.
And now Medusa has 4.5k gold in the bank.
The temptation is going to be there. But then again, at the same time, if you just want a team fight like that, you've got a team wipe, maybe you're not going to feel the desperation of an item like a Divine Rapier anymore.
Maybe.
Because that was as big of a team fight win as you get. Everybody is alive and everyone on the enemy team, they're dead.
If he wants to go a different route, I think Butterfly is also fine.
Yeah.
They might need something like a Lotus Orb.
And there we go, just as you said it.
He's listening.
He is. Oh, what have we got at the moment? Looks like some webcam issues.
Yeah, Palantimos, even with his camera turned on, we can't see anything anyway.
There we go.
There it is.
I'm back in action. And that was quite the shake-up for DGG. They still have the monetary lead, 8k up. But losing a fight like that on a push is definitely going to hurt, especially when you're feeding all that money and XP into the hands of a Medusa.
Middle tower is under attack.
I think I cracked what the MNT means. It means must not throw. They're trying their hardest, but sometimes it gets the worst out of you. Now full Butterfly done on Medusa. Needs this creep wave for level 25. She's going to go for plus 75 intelligence. Nope, never. It's just like...
Can we get a little talent like percentage? That's a 0%, right, on the talent picking?
I don't think it is.
You think there's maybe a 5%? Would you give it on games picked?
If we're getting it from the professional games, I would say 1% because someone probably misclicked it.
7%? Surprising. Anyway, bottom lane. I'll see them drop down the link here on the two of them, but they don't care. They're sticking around. I mean, they're holding on the buybacks. They don't want to use their buybacks here, of course, Pleb and MTD. So it will mean they'll have to concede the bottom racks.
So those 7%, that needs to be from like public games, right? Those are the stats.
I think it's pro. I think it's pro stats, isn't it? Observer, give us a wiggle at the mouse, because they always know. Is it pro stats, yes or no? Okay, no, the mouse is just... Never mind. We'll never know.
Because 7% feels way too much.
You're right. Actually, no, it can't be pro games. We're never getting pros picking the 75.
I think it's the Heralds. I think Heralds are doing... Like, it's not something, but it's an honest
No, you know what?
Pumping the numbers
You know what the big brain answer is? It might be pro games, but it probably still considers the pick when it hits level 30.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you know what I mean?
You cracked it.
It may just be the level 30 stats that convolute that information. I think that's probably likely. Because even in pub games, nobody's picking that one.
You never know.
Yeah, there we go, including level 30 picks.
Okay,
there we go. Problem solved. We're on the case.
Took us a while.
Yeah.
Third is Roche. Refresher, Cheese, and Aegis.
Yeah, this is going to be the first one for 11Monkeyz. Last two times went the way of DGG, but yeah, off the back of that move top, 11Monkeyz, they're firmly back in the game. And who's going to be taking a bit of each? Should be, well, actually, they're leaving Palantimos to do it on their own, so it's not super quick, but it looks to be pretty safe. DGG aren't going to be able to get here in time. Any big refresher plays in particular? You let the refresher go to?
Not really. I mean, you can give it to Medusa, like double ulti, double BKB.
That
doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, that is true.
Because you can counter the second black hole as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, at least Omi does have the two black holes to play with, but as we're seeing, it's the stone gaze. The stone gaze has been the huge struggle for him. We'll see up top, Pleb. It's going to jump in now, take out Mary. MNT's able to get him with the Doom drop down onto BNC. Palantimos is going to try and help out. They got the relocate to take BNC out of trouble. This means Palantimos has been kind of left on his own. And the backup will be over soon. In fact, Stoikov to the side. Excellent Dream Coil onto the two of them. That's going to be a dead Lodi. Palantimos, mana's low, but of course he's going to have a second life even though
he's getting back
down the one. They're trying to focus down this Medusa. MNT has to back off. They've got the heals there straight away. Palantimos, he's back up to full HP. That black hole, it ain't going to do much.
Refresh.
And we'll be able to get Omi back to safety. But they weren't able to even take out the Aegis from Palantimos. Excellent heals coming in once more, as 11Monkeyz doing a fantastic job each and every time to keep their cores healed up whenever they have huge ultimates thrown down upon them. And Stoikov is going to keep the chase up on the mid. MNT will jump in. And he's going to attempt to get out, but they've got the vision. They take him down. MTD rolls up with the Thunder. A loading. Huge amounts of damage coming out now from this Medusa. Buyback from ZZ. They want to keep this push going. Palantimos has this Aegis for 3.5 minutes. Still with a refresher in the BKB. It's going to be very hard to slow down this Medusa. We'll see if MNT considers buying back himself.
Only Dawnbreaker bought back. Look at Spirit Breaker going in.
He's ready to go. And in fact, he bakes out the buyback.
There's still one more black hole because he refreshed immediately.
It's got to be a big one.
Very low on mana.
Let's see what he can do with it. Still 15 seconds and still Stone Gaze. Palantimos, they might have the chance of taking him down the once. Tether in from ZYZZ, but indeed, Palantimos will fall the first time. So they can set up for a second move. BKB from Onmi is in with the setup. BKB in the black hole. He's able to lock down the two, and then they're bringing Palantimos down pretty low. They've got enough damage. Rolling Thunder control, it's there. They take him out. This time around, the team fight combo, enough to deal with Palantimos.
They managed to finally bring him down. A lot of commitment. They did use a couple of buybacks. Maybe, I don't know if it would matter if Medusa gets the BKB. Or did she pass?
I think he maybe dropped it down in the fountain right for someone else to pick up. Yeah, she dropped it down because she's out for... Oh, does have the buyback available. Not something that BNC and, of course, ZYZZ have at their own luxury. They're out for 90 seconds, the two of them. So, quite a window now for DGG to get back in with a push and maybe threaten even some tier 4s, maybe even more. It might be hard for them to defend. I mean, Palantimos almost certainly going to have to buy back.
He needs to buy back. Like, he needs to buy back immediately.
Here we go. Coming in with the buyback. Starting off the defense, but they're going to get in, and they're getting with the jump. See, they're trying to jump with the backlines, but they get the double doom off. Solar Guardian's coming in. Is it going to be enough heals to save Palantimos? It's not. Palantimos die back for him. Only Stoikov left alive here as he'll attempt to defend against a full 5-man of DGG, and I don't think he can quite do it. MTD is staying on top of him in the instant bash there as he comes out of the phase shift. He'll look to jump up, but MNT's got the stun control. They lock him down. They take him out.
That's it. They use the buybacks. They're going to call it.
GG, it's there. DGG, this first game will be theirs. A bit of a roller coaster, a bit of a